Kenya and EU have had relations for 50 years. That's a long time, 5 decades. And within these decades, we've done a lot together in terms of diplomacy, in terms of economics, trade, especially trade. We continue to do that. But from where I come from, in cultural diplomacy, we have the soft side of things, which I like very much. Our work is to promote our engagements, our relations through cultural diplomacy. And music is one of the ways. Of course, food, festivals, like we had recently in Berlin, where our president was invited by the president of Germany. And the bottom line is the improvement and the deepening of people-to-people relations. If you have music, if you have food, if you have fashion, if you have dance, you get into the hearts of people. Diplomacy has employed hardcore approaches in the past. All of us who have been in this business know. But we've come to realize that the soft approach to diplomacy works better. It persuades people. You do not coerce. You persuade people. You approach them, in a softly manner, and you actually get to agree or agree to disagree in a more amicable way. Thank you very much.
Music transcends any culture, any language, and it's the language of the heart. So let's listen to it and call our musicians to the stage.
It will be a special guest for this concert and a very special boy for me, because this is a student of mine. I met him 2.5 years at the Ghetto Classics, which is very dear to my heart. And his name is Stephen Otieno. So he plays violin only 2.5 years. And I don't say it because I'm his teacher. The progress what he did in 2.5 years is something. He was invited for the concerts in Poland and the Netherlands this year, and I have a news, because he was accepted by one of the most legendary violinists living still, Shlomo Mintz, for the master classes in London next year. I know this. So let me introduce Stephen Otieno in Czardash. Merve will accompany me, and I can the rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here celebrating 50 years of the EU-Kenya relations. And right here with me, I have the ambassador of the European Union, Madam Balozi.
Good evening. I'm doing very well because we are starting the celebration year, the 50th anniversary of EU-Kenya relations. So I'm very proud that this is the kick-off event tonight. And we're kicking it off with classical music from Europe, played by classical musicians from Europe, and a Kenyan who's interpreting European music. And as the DG from MFA said, music is transcending cultures and transcending language, and is bringing people together because it speaks to the heart. And this is what we want to achieve with this anniversary year, that we build people-to-people relations between Kenya and the European Union.
All right, fantastic. How has the evolution of this partnership been for the past 50 years? How has that looked like?
Well, 50 years is a very long time. And considering that the average age of Kenya is 19 years, these are several generations in Kenya. And 50 years ago, Kenya was just building up as a nation, as an independent nation. And the European Union was just establishing itself. We only had 6 member states. And we were busy creating an internal market in Europe. So the entity of the European Union was still very small and inward-looking. So in the 50 years, we built a relationship that started with development cooperation for Kenya into a very comprehensive strategic partnership that we have now in the political and security field, in development cooperation, but very much so in trade and investment. And so I'm very proud that during my tenure, we signed the European-Kenyan Economic Partnership Agreement, which guarantees free access of Kenya to the European market, which is the most prosperous consumer market in the world. And Kenya is now exporting increasingly to the European Union, focusing on fresh produce, above all flowers. But we hope that in the next couple of years we can double the exports from Kenya to the European Union. And we want to move into service agreement, investment agreement. The sky's the limit. And we have very great ambitions for Kenya and EU relations. Right now, we have 20 member states here in Kenya. The newest one on the block is Estonia. They just decided just before Christmas. And this means that of 27 member states of the EU, 20 have chosen to be present here, which is a testimony to the importance that we attach to Kenya.
All right, amazing. And moving to the next decade, what does the next what is the next big milestone that we are hoping to achieve, maybe in the next 10 years, through this partnership of EU and Kenya?
I really hope that we can work much more closely together on global challenges. And Kenya has started to take a big stand on climate change, climate finance, protection of the environment, also because headquarters of the UN Environment Programme is here, right here in Kenya. And Kenya is federating the African position on this. And Kenya was in the Security Council some time ago. Kenya is chairing EAC, is chairing COMESA, and is increasingly taking a role in conflict resolution in the region. So we really count on Kenya as a stable rock in an unstable region. So it's our interest that we can work much more in the future with Kenya on regional, international and multilateral issues. But this doesn't mean that we will neglect the bilateral relations we have. So the sky's the limit. My ambition was, when I came, to send more than 100 Erasmus students every year to Europe. We are not there yet. I still have 6 months to go, but we're at 35 now. But we came from 7 to 35. And if you look at the numbers with our member states, we have several hundred of scholars. And over the years, we have given thousands of scholarships. So we want to focus much more on science, innovation, technology in the future. So our development cooperation in the future will be centered on digitalization and the green transition of Kenya. And this is exactly the ambition also of the European Union. So to partner in that and to mutually reinforce each other is our great ambition.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam Ambassador, for your time. And now that you have learned the word balozi, which is the word for ambassador in Swahili, I would like us to have an exchange here where you're going to teach me something in your native language, and I will teach you what we say celebrating 50 years in Swahili. I'm sure they haven't taught you that yet.
No. So what do you want me to teach you?
Teach me the same thing, celebrating 50 years in German, right? I will teach you celebrating 50 years in Swahili.
Wir feiern 50 Jahre EU-Kenya-Beziehungen. Oh, that's very complicated.
That's a lot of words.
Don't worry. I don't need you to repeat it.
Okay.
So you teach me yours.
All right. So in Swahili we say, tunasherehekea miaka 50.
You have to help me.
Tunasherehekea miaka 50.
Hamsini.
All right, there you have it.
Next time I know this by heart, I promise.
All right. So the next time I see you, I hope you're going to remember that.
Yes, I will memorize it the whole night.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
So my name is Henk-Jan Bakker. I am the ambassador of the Netherlands. I've been in Kenya since the summer of 2024, so about a year and a half now. Really enjoying myself in Kenya. It's such a lovely country. There's so much to see and to do in your beautiful country, and the people are fantastic as well. So I'm really enjoying it. I've traveled quite a lot in those past 18 months. Been to the coast, been on safari, been to the mountains. I've been all over the country. I'm truly enjoying it. Tonight is a special night, of course. We bring culture. And we share some Dutch and Belgian and Polish culture with Kenya, and we have made a point of inviting as many Kenyan guests as possible as well. And this is something that we try to do for the Kenyans, among the many other things that we do here.
All right, fantastic. Let's stick to the people. I'm sure our people are very friendly, right?
Yep.
Are there any Swahili words that you've learned?
Well, the first word I learned was balozi. That's because everybody called me Balozi. So that I learned the word Balozi, and then at some point when I was very busy, and we were on social media, I made a hashtag. I said, I'm the busy Balozi. So that's the hashtag that we've used since then.
All right, I'm here with the busy Balozi, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to find out, is there any part of our culture that you have enjoyed and that you identify that there's a resemblance between our culture, intersection between ours and your culture?
There are two things. First of all, we are in the Netherlands, we are most known for our painters, actually. We have some very, very world-famous painters from the past, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Mondrian. And I find that Nairobi especially has a very vibrant art scene. There are lots of galleries, there are always openings, and I'm very often going to those galleries to find out what Kenyan painters are doing these days. The Dutch, even though we don't have the moves that the Kenyans have, I call them Muzungu moves, but we like to dance as well, and we like our music, and so I'm enjoying the music scene as well here in Kenya.
Okay. Have they taken you to a matatu?
I have been in a matatu. It was a bit of a party matatu, so I don't know if that counts, but I've been in a matatu once. I found it very noisy.
That in Kenya is what we call nganya, saying nganya.
Ganya.
Fantastic. That is a pimped matatu.
That's it.
With all the speakers and everything.
It had like 15 TV screens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to Kenya. We hope you enjoy yourself.
Asante.
Thank you so much for inviting us over today.
Thank you. Asante
All right.
sana.
Have a great
All right.
evening.
Okay.
All right.